one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, got three updates, remarks tonight. First, on 108 Montcalm Street, which is going to be called Newberry Commons. We were honored to have New York State Secretary of State Walter Mosley tour the work site on Tuesday this week, along with members from the Department of State and Empire State Department. All the structural stabilization has been completed. Roof work is estimated to be completed by the end of the month. Facade work will occur within the next few weeks, which will put a more attractive face on the building. A new sign for Newberry Commons will grace the structure using the same font type and approximately the same color as the old J.G. Newberry sign, nice homage to its former original owner. Coordination with New York State for the DRI reimbursement will begin soon for this project. This will complete phase 1 of the project. Bids will go off phase 2 soon, with money secured by the land bank. And this will entail the residential build-out in the back. Additional funding will be required to complete the commercial unit interiors in the front, but for now, the building has been saved, and this DRI project is nearly completed. This is certainly nothing short of amazing. The importance of placing this property once again, as a productive piece of our recovering downtown puzzle, cannot be stressed enough. I want to commend Nicole Justice Green for her outstanding efforts in driving and taking the leadership role to make this happen. I want to thank TRA for their amazing work in acquiring and saving the property, and great thanks to the TRA NRDC Collaborative Partnership Team for a job well done. This partnership and this success never would have happened without the actions taken by this board and without individuals stepping up to secure the required funding. I'm proud of the steps taken by this board which led to this point. Some who do not know the whole story or still refuse to acknowledge the facts do not agree with our decision. Some of us lost friendships or strained relations over our decision. I personally experienced this, but my duty is to do what is best for the town of Ticonderoga and its residents in total, and not to individual egos or agendas. The importance and criticality of this project to the overall DRI downtown effort was never lost on this town board, or in my opinion, the current TRA board of directors. So that's the update on 108. Skating rink is up and running. The chillers are now operational. Once again, thank you to Nicole and NRDC for finding the grant and donor money for this important project that did not get moved forward under DRI. Enhancements to the rink will significantly increase the availability of this winter season attraction to our youth and visitors. Additional thanks to Councilman Dave Woods for his volunteer efforts, as well as the Glenn Swiger at NRDC and our rink attendant Ash Alexander, who has tirelessly supported our youth at this facility over many years. So once again, we recognize the importance of those individuals who do not simply point out a problem or criticize, but to step up with their actions and volunteer spirit to make a difference for our community. Finally, senior bus. We've just been given some pre-news about. As has been reported through social media, until further notice, the senior bus will operate on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have only one CDL certified driver to operate the bus, and our current agreement with Essex County requires a CDL certified driver. Moving as quickly as possible to repair the bus, get it back on the road, and put our other drivers back to work to provide daily service. But it sounds like that might be a little bit more expensive now.
So we have to, I don't know if you want to continue with that, are we going to fix it? Are we in agreement with that or no?
I don't know, yeah.
It's going to be $120,000 for a new one.
Yeah, I don't see where we can,
Yeah.
I don't know that we have.
9 passenger with a ramp. I've got called 3 or 4 people, different agencies.
I don't know that we have a choice right now other than what to repair it.
Okay, well, I told him if I could find out, I would call him in the morning and then he could see how long it would take to get the motor gear and so on and so on.
Chip, we have to look at the procurement policy, and we'll probably have to, we already have a bid from the Ford dealer up in, is that Plattsburgh or Vermont? Vermont. And we have this one, we need to get the final total
Well,
of the
he was
labor.
going to, the labor wise, he said like I told you, he said he didn't think it was.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we cross the T's, dot the I's for the procurement policy. But we have no choice, we can't afford $137,000 right now. So, The capital reserve fund for the senior bus is not up to that level yet. It'll be for
Well, we have enough money to fix it.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, and it hopefully it'll be good for a number of years.
Yeah, but everybody at Rice puts in $2.
Everyone in town, or?
Doesn't even gas it up.
You know, it'd take long to
I don't know.
offset that.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we'll work with finance and find out the amounts, and we're just gonna have to get it fixed and put back together. I don't have any presentations tonight. We don't have any public hearings today. So what we'll do is we'll, do committee reports, and we'll start with airport.
Okay. We met on the, I can't remember what they are, committee.
One of those days.
We did meet.
It was the 4th.
Fourth February. I thought John was gonna send in the minutes. Did okay. Go from my memory. Flying's gonna be this, and now it's gonna be the second Saturday in June. So it'll be on the 14th this year. We talked to the staff and got that all figured out. We've also included that if people want to come see it, they want to drive their classic car, we'll park it somewhere so that everybody can move classic cars. The idea was to get more people to come to the airport, see what the airport looks like. So, the committee's really done what to do it. I talked to Windshield, they're going to do the food again, like they did last year. We got to buy some picnic. But we're well on the way for that. I did talk to Tim Woods. He stopped in and saw me. He is ready to go. We've got to get this thing figured out. His big concern right now, he says, I've got the building bought, but I'm not going to pay for it until I know I have a lease. And he says the price keeps going up. So
We're still looking at his
Yeah.
comments on the lease.
yeah, I know. I can give you some information he's given me later. He just wants to get going.
We'll get going as soon as we can.
Yeah, I told him that. I said, you know, we just, your lawyer threw that was a big hammer he threw in there.
Yeah, that's like a
Yeah.
pretty project right there.
Yeah, and, but he told me what his basics was, so we go from there. Anyways, but we look real well, everything's going good. I'm gonna try to get Lucero here for the next meeting, which is in March, first Tuesday in March. And, we'll go on from there. I see we've got some resolutions.
Yeah, I can take these. We have 2 resolutions, and they both deal with the lighting, airport lighting, runway lighting, and the halt.
Yep.
These are 2 projects that are going on. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to obtain and execute independent fee estimate from CNS Engineers Incorporated for professional services in accordance with FAA Circular 150-5114E for the FY25 reconstruct runway and taxiway lighting design project at the Ticonderoga Municipal Airport at a cost not to exceed $3,500. Someone wants to move that?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Stereo. But a few, just a couple comments on this. Whenever our airport consultant has a design cost that exceeds a certain percentage with the FAA, they require an independent estimate to be conducted so it justifies what the consultant is charging us. So that's what this IFE is for. We've done this for every project at the airport that required it for the last 3 or 4 projects that are on CNS. So, any other questions on that? No, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And then a resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute the SF 424 application for federal assistance for the FAA grant. Another required documentation for the FY25 Ticonderoga 4B6 replace airport lighting bulb design project.
I'll move that.
Okay.
Second.
Discussions on that? That's,
Did I also see that FAA funding going from 90% to 95%?
it's not 95%.
95%.
Yeah.
You can't beat this for the state.
Make it.
What if we put the senior bus in there?
This isn't the federal government. We don't have pork budgets. We're not used to putting anything.
Let me make a motion.
And which means that the state will pay 2.5% and then we will pay 2.5%.
That's 2.5% better right now.
Sure is.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. All right, got anything else for report?
No, I'm good.
Move on to building and ground.
Dave is complaining about my minutes, but they're size 14 font. So they look longer than they really are.
Let me tell you what I got.
Nothing?
We fixed the furnace at the library and the light out here. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody else want to go?
Wasn't there something in the 9-1 report about the library, their emergency lighting?
That's what we fixed.
It's already been fixed.
That.
Good to know. At the last meeting, I started out by reflecting on the fact that the Rec Committee in particular has been very fortunate, and the town also, to have many improvements made on our recreational facilities at no cost to the town. And the list includes things like the Black Point Beach building and the well, the construction of Bicentennial Park, the Bicentennial Park playground, the disc golf course, and so on. So we've been very fortunate in this town to have good recreational opportunities here, and we haven't had to pay for them. Black Point Beach, our James Chauncey reported that there's a small section of the new pathway that went in, seems to be sunken. Did you know that, Dave?
What was that?
The walkway, the ADA compliant walkway.
Yeah, at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's, part of it is sunken between the
Yeah,
building
it's
and
gonna
the,
have to, yeah.
okay, it probably has to be done this
They
way.
gotta actually dig it up.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we
How
have,
many bricks are there?
yeah, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Questions were asked about improving the lifeguard chairs. It seems like this happens every year, right, Tanya?
Yeah, well, it was planned to do this year anyways.
Yeah, we'll see. We have 2 lifeguard chairs. One will remain the height that it is now with improved accessibility. It's pretty hard for our young ladies to make it up to the top. And the second chair will be lowered for use in the afternoon when the sun is in such a position that it's very hard to see the water. And we hope that that will be done by some town employee. And the recruitment or rehiring of lifeguards should take place as soon as possible. And I think we have 3 back on board, but that doesn't mean they've turned in paperwork. We had a NYMER inspection, as I mentioned before, and one of the, that's our insurance company, right? Okay, calling it the right thing. And they were here in town, and they visited town buildings and facilities. The report wasn't too bad, but one of the things that he noted that we had bleachers that were not ADA compliant, or not ADA, but safety compliant. They need to be improved or removed. I was surprised by this, and then I realized what happened is when we bought the new bleachers, they went into field 2, and we were focused on field 3, but what we didn't do is look at the Little League field, and the 2 bleachers that he spotted must be down there. So they will either have to be brought up to compliance or they'll have to be removed. Another problem was the use of the 2nd floor in the armory, which to me it's the 3rd floor, but there's the main floor and then there's the floor above it. And this area is being used by the girls' cheer and I think a Girl Scout troop. But the problem that the agent discovered was that it's only accessible by 1 staircase. And means that if there's a fire or some other emergency, getting people out of that floor would be difficult. Some solutions now will be explored, because certainly we don't want to have Girl Scouts and that other group trying to find another space to use, but we've got to do something. Dave, are you on top of this at all?
I'm on.
The 2nd floor of the armory?
That's the first I heard about it.
Okay.
If that's what you got.
Can you put some sort of escape ladder that?
James mentioned
I
that.
did it on another building, we just put it
So you can
one of the
open
windows
the window and roll.
down, yeah,
Will
with a fold up.
Yeah,
that work for a town? I wondered about
I
that.
don't know if that's, if it's,
it would work for me if there was a fire, I'd use it.
yeah,
We just have to
well,
check
it
with
depends, if
insurance.
it's handicap.
Well-
If you have a handicapped person on that 2nd floor, they're gonna play how
The
they down.
stairs aren't even really ADA compliant.
But if there's a fire down on the main floor, they can't even get down the staircase. That's the issue.
Did they recommend anything, or?
No, he just said,
They just identify issues.
either they have to, there has to be a solution or we can't use it, is basically what they're saying.
How long do they give us?
They do.
They
They
don't,
do.
and they're not, NYMER's reports aren't mandatory or compulsory, they're just, this is what you're looking at for liability as a town.
That's a big issue, so. I thought we knew about it, Dave, I'm sorry, I'm hearing about it this way. We had a long discussion about the ice rink. There were some concerns raised about the potential cost of running the chillers and where this expense would be covered in the town budget. I guess we'll know now that they're turned out how much it's gonna cost us. It was felt by the group that some kind of fencing is needed around, I don't know what you call the equipment, those aren't the chillers, are they? The chillers are the mats. What are those big units called?
Those are shut.
Those are the chillers,
Those
okay.
are the chillers.
We feel that that's a potential problem
Oh,
there.
for sure,
Yeah.
Mark and I, we were talking about, I mean, I definitely need some kind of a fence
Some kind of fence.
to enclose that, because,
I think the one out of the airport, one of them take.
yeah.
There you go. Just for something,
But,
There's a thought, but yeah,
probably not till spring.
yeah, well, no, we
Yeah.
can do it
no,
now.
we can't do it now, but that's, okay, it's good to know that we can find something. And the area around the rink also has trip or fall hazards. I don't know what's been done about that either. Is it still the same? I think when we have our rink back in place next year, if she's able to find money for the rest of it, that will probably take care of the problem, because this is like a temporary setup. I just hope that there's no problem in the meantime.
I don't know, I think they should enter right there by the shack. You know, now they have to go all the way around. They got rubber mats down, so when you got skates on.
Why can't they end right by the shack? I don't know.
Yeah, those walls are
I
just,
think it should be.
the walls are just temporary right now, they're
You
just
know.
Yeah,
held up with sandbags.
Those are on loan, because what I was told by the code enforcement guy is that they're going to, will use ours again, once they get the,
Unless they just give them to us, who knows?
well, they're not big enough.
If you, just use puppy dog, right? You could really use those.
We'll see. Anyway. And the committee would like more information concerning this project and future plans for the rink. And it was the consensus of the committee that information regarding potential projects has not been presented to the committee regarding several new additions to town facilities, nor was committee input requested, so I hope we can improve that in the future. And signage, I think we need to improve some signage for our Upper Lachute Trail. I think our signs that are there, and I have to say that I chose the size of them, either are too small, they don't show up enough. And then a committee member was mentioning that, is there any signage up at the top now?
No.
Okay, so we need to take a look at that and figure out how we can get the public to know that that trail is there. And the next thing I want to talk about is Gaga Ball, and I know nobody knows about that, but I did know something. The school already has Gaga, they call them Gaga pits, I think, and they're a surrounded wall surrounding, and the kids go in there and they play ball with very strong rules attached to it. And when I was up at the school playground, a class came out and was very, very popular with the kids. And I'm thinking that we could use Gaga Ball someplace in our recreational facilities. And at first, the committee was thinking that it should be up at rec fields, but I think that may be an attractive nuisance. And I would rather see it placed in Bicentennial Park, and there is space on the west side of the playground.
do they compete individually, or is it team?
It's a team. It's sort of like dodgeball, but it's a little nicer. And it's very, very popular. And Nancy Kelly did some research. They're not too expensive, but some of them are portable, meaning that they don't have to be permanent. So we could have something that goes in. There's some kind of ground covering that you can put in, and if they have to be moved for something, they can be moved. I don't think it's a big deal. And there also could be ADA compliant, which is another thing. And Bill, you'll love this one, Dave. Bill Dahlbeck mentioned that he does not think, okay, we've taken care of it. Okay, our next meeting is next Tuesday, the 17th. You want to come over? That's it.
All right, economic development minutes are in two contracts currently in place. One is for the streetscape project, and the other one is for the river project. And the contracts are set, but now we have to wait again as they go out and do an RFP to get some consultants. I'm told by the Department of State that this will still be taking a little bit longer, so.
Sounds like another year.
Yeah, I would say about a year is not out of the question, so. So that's the latest on economic development. We'll move on to highway.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can.
Because I'm chair of the design committee in Montcalm Street Partnership, and we took a tour of the back of the buildings last year or the year before, and Dave Burrows went along with us. I'm hoping he's fixable, and there's a lot of problems with things being out of compliance back there. But the biggest problem I see that we need, maybe the town board is going to have to do, is addressing garbage. If you drive back on that road back there, there's garbage container after garbage container after garbage container. They're willy-nilly. There's no screening. We have some are way back, some are forward. And I think if that area is going to be dressed up, that the town has to address garbage.
Yeah, and that was one of the points of the project, was to do some sort of screening, but obviously it can't be done personally for each business. Would be something that's a little bit more generic. But yeah, you're right, it does need screening.
And I think just the placement of them is going to be really important. Like there's two now that are on town property, so,
Yes,
yeah, okay.
that's a discussion. All right, highway.
Okay, we met on the 28th, Sullivan here, John filled in for him, board. And he said he was working on the truck repairs, he got the new trucks, cabs and chassis. And I was telling Tyler, we were talking the other day, Sal, by the highway department doing their own stuff, they're saving $30,000.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want everybody to know that highway department, nobody realizes what goes on up there. And they're saving $30,000 by doing that in-house.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was that. And Mark said he wanted to thank the highway crew for working with the county on the speed signs at Eagle Lake. And he also said we appropriated in 2025, we'll be bringing a resolution to use $150,000 of capital reserve to do sidewalk repairs. And he wanted to start from Hancock House east to Wicker Street and also on Amherst and look into it. And also we mentioned the skating rink, we're gonna put that 80 by 80 parking lot in down there to accommodate the parking for the basketball and the thing, so that'll be done in the spring. I asked John about the garage door. We already purchased a garage door for next year when we're gonna put in the highway. But it can be framed without doing anything aesthetically outside. You know, I'm sure Tom, you put the steel in, and then when there's warm weather comes, pull the front out and put the door in. He said he was gonna, Sal wasn't in, so he was gonna ask him about it. And I haven't heard anything since then.
Okay.
They're kind of busy plowing.
Huh?
They're kind of busy plowing
Yeah.
every other day.
No, he was out of town that day. That's it.
Okay, I got a resolution authorizing the purchase of the TC 4830 hinge for the highway department from Tenco. Total price including freight will be $4,137.43.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
What is it exactly?
Don't know. What is it?
Well,
This thing with
The
the
TC 4-830 hinge.
$4,000.
Right. What is it?
a hinge?
It says right
Oh,
here,
I don't know.
purchase of a hinge.
Is it for one of his vehicles?
It's gotta be for, from Tenco, it's gotta be for one.
Yeah, it's one of the vehicles, right?
A tailgate for one of the dump trucks?
I have no idea. He don't tell me.
We're gonna have to bust his chops.
It's got to be for that.
All right, any other, let's find out what it is, and just so everyone is aware of it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And then a resolution authorizing the creation of a purchase order amount $4,137.43, Tenco, for the purchase of that hinge for the highway department.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. facility, you guys haven't met yet.
I gave him a big email, we didn't meet, but we gave him all the information at the demo. Demo looks like it's completed.
Yes.
And I'm in the process of putting together a bid package for the GC electrical and plumbing.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that and when we get to the end about what the next step is, so.
I've got a pile of work.
Okay. All right, public safety.
Okay, we met on the 28th. Adam read the monthly report. He had approximately 336 calls. Incident reports 25, arrests 22, uniform traffic tickets 41, DWI arrests 1, and accidents investigated 7. And the buildings department had 21 permits. They had 4 complaints that were resolved, no safety inspections, and that was it. They had a couple minor complaints. But that's the building department. Chief, let me see. Okay. Excuse me. Sergeant Ludwig will be finishing police supervisor training in February. It is a 3-week training course and is being held in Plattsburgh. It is a state mandated training for all first-time supervisors. EMS, Renee Kennedy stated that the Ticonderoga EMS has been very busy lately. She will have a formal report starting next month. They will be hosting a CPR class on February 3rd, 2025. Ross Kelly discussed the intersection of Lord Howe and Alexandria Avenue. The sight line is obstructed by sidewalk closed sign. Ross asked about fixing the dip on Alexandria Avenue, and Supervisor Wright stated it was a county road. This would need to be discussed with the Highway Committee. Chief Hulbert stated that he would move the sidewalk sign so visibility would be better. Dave Burrows gave his report to the Codes Department. He is still trying to contact the owner of the house that burned on Park Avenue recently. The owner lives out of town, and Dave wasn't sure when he would be back in town. He attended a meeting recently that stated as of 2026, a fossil fuel plants will be allowed in no construction. The mobile home park on Pearl Street was purchased and is being brought up to code. I asked about the Chilton property that has been contacted with the trash. Dave stated that he certified letters he has sent them and returned, and no one has been home or answered the door when he has gone to the property. And that was it.
Public Works, the minutes are attached. One of the things we're looking at right now is getting a hydrologist before we look into sinking a test well or two for the Chilton Eagle Lake municipal water supply system. More to come on that. I have some resolutions here. First, a resolution to send Eric Blanchard to the New York WEA Capital Chapter Spring Training Event, Paradox Brewery, on March 27th. Cost is $80. Why is it at a brewery?
Can I go?
Anyway, someone want to believe that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Resolution authorizing the purchase of one Vigapole C21 radar sensor and mounting bracket for the sewer department from Riga Americas Inc. Total price, not including shipping, will be $1,287. Question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Likewise, resolution authorizing the creation of a purchase order in the amount of $1,287 to Riga Americas Inc. for the purchase of this radar sensor mounting bracket for the sewer department.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution authorizing the remaining amount of purchase orders for watershed and filter plant from Builders First Source. And this is in conjunction with the purchase order number 1129. Total remaining price will be $5,000.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Likewise, a resolution authorizing the creation of a purchase order the amount of $5,000 to the Village First Source for the remaining amount to purchase the door for the watershed and filter plant.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried. A resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2025 Ford F-250 truck for the water sewer departments from the Lacey Ford. Total price including shipping would be $64,687.24, with funds coming from the water and sewer capital reserves equally.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion on that.
I assume Delancey Ford is a state contract.
I would assume it is, yes.
Does Putnam still kick in for, because we do, you know, Beyond the Beach? One of those trucks, Putnam gave us a certain amount when we bought it.
Not on
Do you
this
remember
one.
Tanya or anything?
They are not on this one.
No, I don't.
Well, yeah, I remember, but.
I don't know if it was that one, but the one that,
Yeah.
the one that Richie drives is the one that,
Well, that Richie drives all the time.
yeah.
Any questions, comments on this?
Sounds good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, and then a resolution authorizing the creation of the purchase order in the amount of $64,687.24 to Lacey Ford for the Ford F-250 truck for water and sewer.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, and we'll move on to youth.
We met this week actually, and it was an interesting meeting. We have our 3 representatives from Silver Bay, once again talking to us about the possibility of, I don't want to say merging our after-school program, but housing our after-school program with benefits at St. Mary's with Silver Bay. As has been discussed, there were a lot of questions which were answered by Silver Bay, but after they left, we discovered there's some more questions, so we're nowhere near making a decision on this one.
Okay. I'm giving you a little feedback on that, but we won't get into that now.
Well, what I see is one of the biggest drawbacks is there's no outdoor space to be used. That's bothering me, so.
I have a resolution to advertise for lifeguards, head lifeguard, counselors, assistant day camp director, head cook, and food preparation person, and a health director.
I will move that one.
Okay,
Second.
discussion on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Hopefully we can get all those positions filled this year. We
Well, it looks like 3 are coming back, fingers crossed.
struggle every year. Okay, seniors, you have anything for seniors, Heath?
No, seniors are on hiatus and nothing has come through.
Michelle was on hiatus. I don't have anything for health. I don't have anything for contract negotiations. I have, one thing for charter communications.
Oh, no, it's for the.
Oh, yeah. Did I already have this one? First one I have is, this is the same one. The one I have is, the Spectrum Northeast recently learned that Earth X TV has changed its name from Earth X TV to Earth X. You are hereby
No, that changed.
notified.
Watch it, everybody.
God, I was so worried about that.
I know. And then upcoming change, Spectrum is notifying customers, blah, 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 blah. On March 6th, 2025, the channel will be slated with a notice that Universal Kids programming is no longer available. Okay. Notifying customers that Sport TV will cease programming its channel on or around February 28th. This change is out of their control, which is one out of their control. This one is, okay, that was what we had. And then, did that one? This was notifying customers that on or around March 4th, E and Sci-Fi networks will be moved from Spectrum Select to Entertainment View. I've always watched Sci-Fi, I better check that. What's this one? Okay, New York One News, note to Noticias, located on Spectrum Channel 2218, will be rebranded to Spectrum Noticias NYC on a channel lineup serving your community. And that's it. So those are all the following things from cable. Okay. Financial resolutions. I have a resolution authorizing the creation of new accounts. First one is to pay for a cloud plan for the charging station, which we will discuss later. To collect user fees on the charging station and to recognize revenue and pay expenses related to the War Cannon escrow project. If someone wants to move that.
I'll move it.
Second.
Any discussion, any of that? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Next step is resolution authorizing the following budget transfers. First here is to fund under budgeted general accounts from contingency. That balance after the transfer will be $78,630, and you can see there where it's going to, the charge point. Second is to transfer funds from the deputy clerk pay line to the part-time clerk pay line in the amount shown there. Next is transfer escrow revenue received to the appropriate expense line in the general fund there, in that amount, $3,132. Transfer escrow revenue received to the appropriate expense line there, and then the final one to transfer ARPA funds received to the correct expenditure line in the amount shown there. And we need a motion.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing the following budget adjustments. First is a funding under budgeted account by fund balance for police and constable, in the amount shown there. And then funding under budgeted account by the water fund balance in the amount shown there. I need a motion on that.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing the following interfund transfer. Transfer funds from general to the Eagle Lake Water Project in that amount shown there.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. Next set is a resolution authorizing the following interfund loans. A fund to project H21, the airport apron expansion, until funding is received, and then the next is to transfer funds from general to the wastewater treatment plant in the amount shown there until funding is received, and then to transfer funds from the general to the Chute River Walk project until funding is received in the amount shown there.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to accept the satisfactory findings of the 2024 annual Tycon Road Court budget audit.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to advertise for an alternate planning and zoning board member.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute a store tech quote in the amount of $5,292.48 for the purchase of the annual VMware vSphere 8.0 standard subscription license.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, this is the annual software that allows all the different software components throughout the town to use the same server. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to waive the 30-day notification for Smack That LLC for an on-site beer, wine, and cider license.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Please no comment on this.
Be careful on the
If
stairs.
you want to. Okay. All right, all in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution to go out for bid for sidewalk repair and replacement using $150,000 in the sidewalk capital reserve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any questions first?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to accept the minutes of the January 9, 2025 regular town board meeting, January 23rd, 2025 finance meeting, and the February 4th, 2025 special town board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to pay the abstract.
I'll move it.
Any second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to accept supervisor's report as submitted.
So
I'll,
moved.
second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye, opposed, carried. We have a few things to discuss tonight. That handles it, that's all the resolutions we have, but the first one we have, I believe the code enforcement officer sent this to all of you, and it involves zoning issues for mobile home parks, trailer parks, and he provided the zoning code. He's claiming that a number of these, well, there's three actually, do not necessarily meet the current code. Matt, I know he sent this to you. Basically, the question he had for me is, are we gonna make these entities completely come up to code compliance, or are we enforcing this zoning law, local law number 2, 2019? How does the town board want him to proceed? I would rather him tell us how he intends to proceed, but
How many trailer parks do we have?
there's three that are applicable here.
Is there still one on Colonial?
22 Pearl Street, Tuffertown,
Oh, Duffer,
down back,
That's a biggie.
and Brookwood.
I think Duffer, yeah.
Is Brown's Trailer Park not one?
I think it's not really a
It's been cleaned up. It's been cleaned up for the most part.
But it's not even listing it, so.
Oh, Lord, now.
No, it's just the only three that he said were under
There's issues.
review, yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do with this, but rather have him say to me, this is what I need to do.
Maybe have a discussion at the financial meeting when he's here.
Okay.
I don't know. Or the end of the month when I'm here.
If he brings all of those into compliance, he's gonna be a busy guy.
Well, it's gonna be an unpopular guy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Especially the one on the hay.
I don't see how you can do it.
The Jeffertown one's got a lot of issues.
I would think the APA would be involved in Tuffertown.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot.
It's a,
Drive by.
The other thing is, so the police department, one of the vehicles got totaled. We are getting, or we received the current estimate from the insurance company on what they're gonna pay, but now the chief, so just a few hours ago, the chief sent me an email as to what he would like to do. In terms of the purchase of 2 new vehicles with equipment, he sent me a total price, it was like $137,000. I don't know what we're getting back for insurance, I don't have that amount with me. Finance would have to check what that amount is, and what is in the capital reserve for the PD vehicles, and see if there's enough, sufficient funds in there to do that. Otherwise, if it's out of the budget, then he may have to go for 1 vehicle instead of 2 or whatever.
that's what he wants us to.
He said he wants to.
You know, there was 3 of them down the other night,
Yeah, I heard.
all at once.
I heard. I already made a comment about that to somebody. I think 2 were, there was no way that they couldn't be there. The third one was in for an oil change. I could have
Yeah.
waited. But yeah, they were out of pocket. Anyway, I'm gonna have him connect with finance, and they're gonna have to figure out if this fits in within the budgeted funds and what's available in fund
He's
balance.
got 2 cars, you need 2.
I think he wants 2 Durangos. And they're not current models, maybe they're 2024s. Anyway, just to keep you in the loop that's coming up.
How was the vehicle totaled? Can I ask that?
It was, I think he either backed in or something, or
Sorry. Speaker again.
it wasn't unresponsible.
Woke us all up here.
But it was one of those, the vehicles these days, it doesn't take much to total it because of what you've got to do
Yeah,
to fix them.
the electronics is just the killer, I know. My car.
It was, I won't say who was involved with it, but it just happens. It's just a regular accident that happens.
When they total that, they give us the money for it, do they come and take the vehicle, or?
I
two state police cars sitting up at the, on Hague Road for a long time. Interesting.
So we get enough vehicles set now.
Let's do the charge point station first, and come back to the police department building. So both Heath and Finance looked into the charge point. I think I sent you guys an email on
I read it.
what the charge per kilowatt hour is, what that range is, as well as Heath got some information, and Amy and Becky got some information on what some places charge for parking after you've been fully charged and you're just taking up a parking space. I would like to go forward and agree on some sort of a price per kilowatt hour based upon their recommendations and, you know, get that set up. I was told that the machines do not take a credit card, they take a, one of the,
Mention them.
That's
they
charge
take
point.
this.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
I have,
Really?
He's gonna get his own.
And, but this thing's gone on for, ever since these things were installed.
And it's been a long time, because I was going through paperwork this week.
Do we have a record of how much is used?
Yeah, well,
Oh, it's like $300 a month.
That's what I
For
want.
just an electric.
So that would give us something to go by, is what to charge.
They sent you,
yeah, and
Mark sent you all that information
Yeah,
on
that-
that little spreadsheet.
sent what we, I sent out what they found out that we are expending, for the year.
Plus the annual.
Plus the annual fee, I think we just paid $1,000 and some odd dollars for this charge, software service, cloud service. So whatever we end up charging, it was like from 30 cents per kilowatt hour to like, I don't know if it was 40 or 50 cents per kilowatt hour. And then,
that's super.
Yeah, 25 and then 50 after 45 minutes.
yeah, per kilowatt. Some places charge full dollar amounts per time if you just layering there.
Maybe have an expert sitting over there with you.
That's what I said, they
I
can
can
call
pull it
them
up on my
now.
phone.
If it's completely out, how long does it take to charge it?
So it depends on the charger. You guys have the all two chargers.
Yes.
The supercharger, my car, my Tesla takes about 45 minutes from maybe a 10 or 15% charge to full.
Would you say the rate was up after 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do it a little differently because they have congestion pricing. I charge them all, Queensbury. So if like 6 of them are full, the price is higher than if they're all empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they want you sitting there. And if you
Makes
charge,
sense.
to your point, if you charge, and then you're sitting there after, I keep in mind that it's like $5 an hour. It starts at like 15 minutes, so they're gonna whack you. And I was just looking, so my supercharger rate down there is 39 cents a kilowatt hour. That's more expensive because it's faster, right? And then my office, I can tell you, is 17 cents a kilowatt hour. So if you're in between, I think Glens Falls for their, the one right behind my building is, I wanna say it's like 32 cents a kilowatt hour. And they hit you $1 an hour for overstaying your charge. But frankly, I think that's really low. Because I see people pay it. If you're there for 8 hours, it's $8.
Right. Parking rate up.
I think
Parking
It's
garage
a
is more
parking
expensive.
fee.
I think it
It's
should,
not.
it should hurt because it's not a parking space, it's just devoted to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's just my own, I just give you the real world.
Albany's reasoning was they looked at, you know, private chargers and businesses throughout the city of Albany. And then they wanted to come in slightly below that.
Yeah.
You know, as for public chargers, and that's what they came up with. And then they also used they created not a local law, but a local ordinance for the 45-minute increase. I didn't think to ask the reasoning behind that, but she did include it in the email that I sent out. So I don't know, the purpose of that. That was something that was also included.
Yeah, interesting. So they're doing it kind of as a parking fee. So I
Yeah,
don't think, because you don't have to set an ordinance to charge the charging fee.
right.
Because this is government acting as a business, so that your relationship with who's parking there is purely contractual. It's not like statutory, it's not the town adopting local laws or using police power. You're acting, in a business capacity when you're doing this, so I wouldn't have any problem with whatever the board set for the hourly fee. You could do it right here with resolution along with your kilowatt hour charge. So,
So what's a good, fair kilowatt, price per kilowatt hour?
I think, didn't they say, didn't I read 30 cents?
What'd you say, 39 cents?
30
39 is a supercharger.
supercharger.
At Bloomsbury. I can't tell you, I could look it up, but it'd take me a second,
I don't
what
know
it is
what
over
Jason
at
charged
North
for the
River.
station.
That was a little bit more, because it's
Did it vary a lot from like Albany to,
a couple of cents,
yeah?
yeah. Up and down 87, there's Plattsburgh, North River, over at, what was the place we used to go to when we were kids? No, over
Disney World.
North River, where Paradox Brewery is now.
Oh, North
Frontier
Hudson.
Town.
North Hudson.
North
Frontier
Hudson.
Town.
North Hudson, and then the mall in Albany, so those are kind of big chargers.
So would 39 be a,
That's a supercharger rate,
but I mean,
right
it's
now.
not-
It would be high. Yeah,
So 30 cents?
32, 30, whatever.
Okay, well,
It'd still be, then the town's making a little bit.
I mean, we can adjust this as we go on, I just need
Yeah.
to get something in place, like 30 cents per kilowatt
Yeah,
hour.
there's gonna be trial and error.
Yeah,
Oh, we had trial and error,
Yeah.
we're gonna have trial and error.
maybe what, $3 or $4 an hour for loitering?
Say five.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
Five
it's
bucks an hour.
a, yeah.
Three,
Cheaper
what do you
than
say?
four.
$3 or $4 an hour for what?
Leaving your car
Leaving it there
there.
when it's already fully charged. Tom says 5.
So
Apparently, it must be a problem.
I'll say 6.
We just want to be difficult.
So 30, 65?
You gotta pay for a police station.
I will tell you,
I'm not gonna get there with that.
and it's not just you, like somebody that is parking, but when you pull up to it, and two cars are there, you can walk right up to it and tell the car's not charging. That annoys the heck out of me having an electric car, because you
Yeah.
want to charge and.
Yeah.
you know,
Is
Yeah.
it noisy?
Yeah,
It depends on the car,
Oh,
yeah, it's a little incentive to get,
yeah.
get the
All
car
right,
moving.
let's have a resolution to begin charging for a charge point station at a cost of 30 cents per kilowatt hour, and then $5 an hour thereupon for when that vehicle is fully charged and it's just using the space. There's a term for that, what was the term?
Loitering, I think.
Loitering.
Loitering.
Something else. Okay.
Overstatement.
Moved by Dave.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried.
how do you collect the $5?
Like automatic through the app.
Just,
You said in the app, and it was, all these things are tied to a credit card. Mine was a credit card.
So you don't even need a card reader.
You're not chasing that.
I want to thank Tanya for bringing this to our attention. She's been a real advocate for the story, and he's following through
Oh,
on it.
thank you for
Matt
having
already
a
plays
chat.
me for other stuff, don't bring me into it.
We gotta
let the whole town know that Tanya Thompson wants
So we're, the library comes over
Or
here.
in line.
I'm sorry, you can see my car.
She wants to charge everybody in town.
We used to be friends.
Okay, that's what we'll do, we'll get with, finance, we'll have a little message on the machines. Okay, last thing that I have to discuss is the police department building and our next step.
Yep.
There's a couple of things here. First is the security camera system, the security system, which is gonna have to be done. And then second is just phase 2, which is reconstruction, plumbing, electrical, everything,
Once I get all my details, right now I'm swamped with details,
yeah.
because the better bid we have going out, the less chances we're gonna have for extras.
Okay, so Tom's putting together the specs for the RFP.
Right.
You know, when I get done, they'll go to John Cheswick, John will approve, stamp them, and go from there.
But we want to be specific, because I don't,
Yeah.
anybody's gonna knock you, it's gonna be you or me. And I'm not gonna move it.
We're doing separate contracts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's,
GC, plumbing,
For
electrical,
the reconstruction, it's electrical, plumbing, and then,
Okay.
GC.
I think I told you guys, there's something like 360 some odd $1,000 in the building and maintenance fund. So we'll see what comes back from all these RFP bids, and how we're gonna.
Oh, you stuck me with this last one.
You volunteered to use your building's money.
I wanted to get it done.
Yeah, so you were at our mercy.
Yeah, I'm putting this together in such a way that if it's high, we'll be able to take things out easily. Don't
Yeah,
have to rewrite the whole document. Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, we wanna get them in there as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
We've got the paint color, we've got the floor we're putting down, those kind of things and all that.
I mean, even if we get to the point where things don't get painted until later,
That's right.
that's fine, we can live with that, let's just get them in there, get the systems in place and running.
We only have to buy a few doors. I think one I'm looking at right now, the rest are all upstairs. They're all 32 inch except for a few 36s.
But there's one thing Tom and I were talking about, is that south end, that has gotta be included somehow.
Yeah, I haven't got that in here yet.
Part of it, or whatever, it's never been touched and it needs, did you see it? The boards are all
Oh,
rotted.
yeah,
It's
the
never
wall.
been painted
Yeah,
or
the wall.
stained or nothing, and it's just,
That's repaired,
that's gotta be,
primary
that's
paint.
gonna be a dollar,
Yeah.
You and Shirley can do that, can't you?
yeah.
You're not
She can't.
after me.
Gave a whole lot.
Direction of market. Okay, so when Tom's got the specs put together, we can get with Tanya and issue an RFP for the
If it stops snowing, we'll have this done quicker.
I can't handle that, much to everyone's disbelief, I don't control the weather. so.
I'm really deep in details, and I want to get this right.
Deep in snow and stuff.
Do the board members have anything they want to discuss?
The electric and plumbing should be simple,
It is.
yeah.
Basically, that's not bad.
Like a senior bus repair?
No, but there shouldn't be much to be good for that. It's just,
No, it's just a matter of highlighting everything that's on. I mean, talking to the chief, his office will double the duplex. I mean,
Yeah.
they're every 6 foot, we're gonna put them every 3 foot. There's a couple offices that'll be that way because of
we can gang them.
setups and game and stuff like that. So we have, the main thing is to have enough power so we don't have to put it in later.
You blaming me for the senior bus?
No.
Sounded like it.
I never do that, sir, not with you sitting right next to me. Luckily, we've had a lot of different organizations around the town donate their excess furniture to us, so we don't have to worry about some of those soft costs, which is great.
Your muscles are getting bigger every day. How much have you carried in there?
Oh, I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Hey, I took the box off of the refrigerator.
That's PTSD, don't even go there.
All right. Does anyone else have anything?
When can the bids go out on that sidewalk?
As soon as I get rid of
Do we have to wait a month, or can we do it
No,
now?
I've already got everything written out, I'll just have to give it to her.
Good.
All you gotta do is.
That's how I spent my Christmas vacation.
Yeah,
We did. We did it.
because I've had a couple calls.
For more than 80 days.
Somebody wants to do work.
All right. Less bitter wins. Tanya, you have anything?
The warrant has almost been satisfied.
Okay.
Seems a little later this year. Usually by this time we've satisfied our warrant, but I'm probably another 100,000 short, so that should be another couple of weeks. We'll have our warrant portion that, and we'll start paying the county.
In this abstract, we've cut the checks for the ambulance
Thai Fire.
district and for Thai Fire District and Chelsea. Yeah, those are checks in the mail.
Not yet, tomorrow. I can let you know.
I tell you that charger guy, I never did it,
I can
but
let somebody
I
know
was
when you can
impressed.
stop.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good.
The check. Yeah, you afternoon. I'll send an email. I think I only have Patty's email though.
Send it to the squad, I'll give you the squad email.
Okay.
You can't cash it for
Call me in the
tomorrow.
morning.
I'll call you tomorrow.
You'll get it tomorrow, but you can't cash it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will go into an executive session, but Matt, do you have anything for open session?
Yep.
Okay, public comment.
You've been very patient.
I just wanted to echo what you just said, you kind of stole my line, thank you. That the community has been outstanding and the Chamber of Commerce and TRA and the credit union have donated almost all the furniture we need. We still need 29 chairs because we've had all of the tables donated, but we still need the chairs to go to the
Well,
tables.
we're
So
counting these, so
we're,
if
yeah,
PD shows up tonight.
trust me, we don't have a problem not taking these. They're pretty ugly. But we need desk chairs essentially. So again, I just wanted to echo what you said and thank you for the community's support has been amazing. So we're very fortunate to have taken care of quite a bit that way.
Okay.
That's all.
Anyone else have anything? Drew, you got anything? No? Just here for the fun?
Missed it all.
They wanted to hear it was in the abstract.
All right, if nobody has anything else, I have a resolution to enter into executive session to discuss personnel and legal issues. I don't expect that we will have anything else to discuss after this, so do I have a motion?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'll make a motion.
All right, do I have a
You're
second?
siren a lot.
Okay, I have a second from Heath, we're in executive session as of 19:01.
The bar chart they gave us.